politics. Hillary Clinton trying to change the conversation from her email scandal to Donald Trump's turbulent business record. Hello, everybody. I'm Cheryl Casoni. I'm in for Trish Regan today, and welcome to the Intelligence Report. The presumptive Democratic nominee standing on Atlantic City's famed boardwalk today, outlining why Trump shouldn't become president.
Remember what he promised. I'm going to do for the country what I did for my business. If he wants to make America great again, maybe he should start by actually making things in America again.
So there was that one-liner. Then she went on to highlight Trump's record of stiffing contractors and profiting from a string of bankruptcies. Blake Berman joins me now with the latest. Blake, I'm guessing Mr. Trump didn't take too kindly to Hillary's attack today.
No, he hasn't. He was tweeting beforehand, put a statement out afterwards, Cheryl. Good afternoon to you. Yeah, standing in front of a now empty hotel that once bore the Trump name in neon lights, Hillary Clinton used Atlantic City as the backdrop to unleash a blistering 20-minute criticism of Donald Trump earlier today. Clinton tried to cast Trump as a failed businessman who used bankruptcy to his advantage while simultaneously, she says, ruining the lives of workers and contractors. Clinton tried to make the argument that Trump's business mindset and practices are not worthy of the highest office. Here she was.
It is the same scam over and over again. And make no mistake, he's not asking for forgiveness. He's just hoping we forget.
Now, Cheryl, mere minutes after Clinton's speech, Trump released a statement about his Atlantic City experiences, saying he created thousands of jobs and made a lot of money there, which he says he will do for the country. Trump adding, and I'm quoting, "It's an effective and a commonly used practice in business to use bankruptcy proceedings to restructure a business and ultimately save jobs. Nobody understands the economy like I do, and no one, especially not crooked Hillary Clinton, will do more for the economy than I will." That the Trump statement from a little while ago. This is certainly an argument from both, Cheryl, that won't be going away anytime soon.
Monitor your email and, of course, your Twitter feed. Blake Berman out in D.C. Blake, thank you very much. Well, joining me now is Republican strategist Boris Epshteyn and Fox News contributor Leslie Marshall. Leslie, you know, of all the things to go after Trump on, she's focusing on his company's products being made overseas. Is this a smart strategy?
Absolutely. It's an excellent strategy. Look, even though I'm a Hillary supporter, she definitely has her flaws in areas where Trump is doing better. Two areas where Trump is doing better is with blue-collar workers and, you know, blue-collar worker voters and the economy and trust on the economy, if you want to add a third. For her to point out his lack of trustworthiness, how he wants to benefit for himself and not have the workers benefit, how he talks about, you know, he's a guy that's in debt and what his companies have done and where they have failed, definitely gives a spin to how he states he's better for the economy than her. And after all, it is the economy, stupid, for voters. And this is an area where she needs to go after him because this is an area where she could lose voters.
All right. So, Boris, how does he fight back?
Hillary Clinton doesn't have a leg to stand on here. She's never made anything in her career. All she's done is profiteering of positions that her husband and then her held. So she has absolutely nothing to say about this. She should be talking about the Comey statement and how she can explain to the American people that she lied for years about turning over all the emails and then about not sending emails that were classified, when in fact Director Comey said that she did. Hillary Clinton is the one that's not trustworthy. She is the one with bad judgment. If we can't trust her with emails, how can we trust her with a nuclear bomb? We cannot. She's a horrible candidate. She should think of stepping down and letting Bernie Sanders run for this and not talk about Donald Trump's sterling record as a business leader. Out of hundreds of deals,
I don't think
he's used the Chapter 11 4 times.
Right.
And as an attorney and being in finance, I will tell you, Chapter 11 is a very useful.
Boris, and you're right. But I want to move on, guys, because not one to let the other side get too many headlines, good or bad. Donald Trump did take to the stage in North Carolina last night. He was very critical of the news that Hillary wasn't going to face charges over the email scandal. But then he said this. Listen.
We shouldn't have destabilized. Saddam Hussein was a bad guy, right? He was a bad guy, really bad guy. But you know what he did well? He killed terrorists. He did that so good. They didn't read him the rights. They didn't talk. They were a terrorist. It was over.
You know, Boris, Trump has already said the world would be better if Muammar Gaddafi were still in power, that he wished Obama were more like Vladimir Putin. Why does he keep saying things like this, praising dictators?
Well, if you look at the specific examples, in Libya, it's unquestionable that the West and America would be better off if Gaddafi were in power than ISIS, which is in power in Libya right now, which happened under Hillary Clinton's watch. So we could thank Hillary Clinton for the destabilization of Libya. And overall, we could thank Hillary Clinton for the destabilization of the Middle East as a whole. She voted for the Iraq War, which Donald Trump was against. And Donald Trump's point is that at least Saddam Hussein kept ISIS in check, and those people who make up ISIS now in check. Now, Saddam Hussein is gone, Gaddafi is gone, and what do we have in the Middle East? It's been run by ISIS, and ISIS is attacking us all over the world.
And you're not wrong, Boris, but Leslie, at the same time, you know, she was basically taking the directives of her boss, President Obama. Wouldn't that be her defense?
Oh, actually, that's part of her defense. And I find it interesting that I have a Republican over there giving some Democratic talking points. You know, we Democrats did not want to invade the sovereign nation of Iraq. And quite frankly, for Donald Trump to talk about Saddam Hussein dealing with terrorists, he terrorized Saddam Hussein, the people. Part of the reason there is the divisive culture among the people in Iraq is he continued to perpetuate that division, and he used violence and terrorist tactics, if you will, to oppress the people in his country. So I'm very surprised, again, that Donald Trump would bring up such a man.
Saddam Hussein was a bad guy, no question about it. But the point here is that if we look at the history of this country, we look at foreign relations, national security, we are in a worse place now than we were when Hillary Clinton became Secretary of State. And there's no way you could dispute that. Look at the Middle East, China, Russia, Latin America,
Boris,
all over the world.
I will say, though, I think that both, I mean, Republicans and Democrats have both kind of been to blame on what's happened in the Middle East. You know, and also, let's stay with the president here for a moment, guys, because, you know, he enthusiastically was cheering on Hillary yesterday, just hours after the FBI had called into question her judgment while she was Secretary of State. So listen to this.
I'm here today because I believe in Hillary Clinton. I have had a front row seat to her judgment and her toughness and her commitment to diplomacy. I'm ready to pass the baton. And I know that Hillary Clinton is going to take it. And I know she can run that race.
You know what, Leslie, I want you to respond to this because Donald Trump came out and said it was no accident that charges were not recommended against Hillary the same day as the president was campaigning with her, you know, for the first time. I mean, was it poorly timed? Is the White House going to just kind of ignore what happened yesterday with the FBI?
Well, first of all, the timing of this did not come from the White House. It actually came from the FBI, although I have to say, oh boy, they're going to have a field day with this one. But the reality is the FBI director clearly stated what I'm about to say, the Attorney General and the President don't have knowledge of as of yet. 1. 2, he is a Republican and was a Republican appointee. 3, I think, honestly, if we are not going to trust anybody in charge of the FBI, whether there is a Democrat or Republican in the White House, that is a problem. They are the Federal Bureau of Investigation. It is their job and his as the director to make sure there is a proper investigation. Like he said, what I heard him saying is, you know, look, there was a lot of bad judgment here, but we don't have enough for a prosecutor to go forward with. And you know, how many times do cases get thrown out of court because there's just not enough evidence to a jury?
Any day a candidate for president is celebrating not being indicted, not going to jail, it's a pretty bad day for that candidate. As far as criticizing somebody who runs the FBI, who's the boss of the FBI, the hypocrisy is pretty thick here because the left criticized Roberto Gonzalez, who is the Attorney General, the boss of the FBI, throughout the Bush administration. Comey specifically said that Hillary Clinton had bad judgment and that if she were still Secretary of State, she should have been fired or reprimanded to administrative and security sanctions. Who would that reprimand come from? That'd be from Barack Obama. And now he's saying she should be president? That absolutely does not compute. Barack Obama should know better. He doesn't, and it's terrible for his legacy.
Guys, thank you very much for all of the analysis today. Boris, Leslie, appreciate it. And you know, also, the Republicans